And we're now joined by political science expert Matt Lees.
Matt is a professor at Southeastern Illinois College. Matt, this was certainly an interesting debate, but why was it so important?
Well, going into this, this race could not be any closer. The most recent Real Clear Politics average poll of polls showed that the race is within 1.2 percentage point nationally. The battleground states are even closer at 0.6 percentage points. On top of that, we have a brand new candidate in Kamala Harris. So voters were asked, which candidates you need to know more about. About 33% of voters said they needed to know more about her. So in my estimation, coming in tonight, she had the most to gain, but also the most to lose potentially.
So who do you think was better prepared for this debate tonight?
Well, going into it, Kamala Harris really spent a lot of time doing debate prep. She was in Philadelphia for 5 days, actually worked in a set that was a mock-up of the debate set, allegedly had a stand-in for Donald Trump. You could see her comfort level in that environment. Had a professor years ago in media used to have us watch debates with the sound off. He said that's oftentimes most telling in terms of who's winning the debate. And she looked incredibly comfortable in that environment. Donald Trump did not have the same level of preparation tonight. I think if there is a second debate, and that's an open question, there'll be a lot more preparation for the next one.
As the three of us were watching the debate together tonight, you said you felt like Donald Trump missed some opportunities.
Most elections, especially presidential elections, are based on a referendum on the incumbent. And right now we have an incumbent president that has an approval rating of 34%. And there are multiple occasions, I think about the Afghanistan withdrawal that was not handled well. And he immediately swerved into his own record. And so ultimately, when you look at the right track, wrong track numbers, which is one of the most powerful metrics in determining the outcomes of presidential elections, right now 63% of the American people say the country's on the wrong track. Unfortunately for Trump, he spent most of the night talking about his own record. If you weren't familiar with what was happening, you would think he was the incumbent and that she was the challenger.
Mm-hmm. Well, speaking of Afghanistan, it seemed like Harris was able to sidestep quite a few topics, Afghanistan, the economy, as well as keeping the Trump tariffs. So how do you think that looked to voters who are watching tonight?
I think one of the first things you have to do, and Ronald Reagan had to do this back in 1980, you step on the stage with, in this case, a former president, in that case, the president, and do you look presidential? Do you meet that threshold of acceptability? And I think she minimally met that threshold this evening. She was comfortable, and especially the off shots whenever he's speaking. She was attempting to make eye contact. The way the debate started, she crosses over, was actually right next to his podium, shakes hands with him. I think that really largely set the stage for the rest of the evening.
And quickly, where do we go from here?
So going forward, the good news is for Donald Trump, the election is not tonight. The bad news for Donald Trump is early voting starts in Pennsylvania in 6 days. So they're going to have to change the narrative. They're going to have to somehow flip the script back to ultimately trying to tie her to the president's record. So we have a long ways to go, but it's going to be a very, very quick 60 days.
All right. Thank you, Matt.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate your time and for you being here tonight with us.
Always enjoy it. Thank you.
Thank you.